Every country's most haunting creature explained in 7 minutes.
In Philippine folklore, the Manananggal is a vampiric woman who detaches her torso from her legs at night. Her upper body grows wings, hunting for sleeping victims, especially pregnant women, whose unborn children she devours with her long, needle-like tongue. To kill her, villagers sprinkle salt or ash on her abandoned lower half, preventing her from rejoining it by dawn. Imagine waking up to find half your neighbor gone, and the scarier part is, it's the top half that's missing. The kappa is a water-dwelling yokai of Japanese folklore, with the body of a turtle, the face of a monkey, and a bowl-like depression on its head holding water. It gains strength only while its head stays filled. Known for dragging swimmers into rivers, it drinks blood, or worse, pulls out the mythical shirikodama, a ball said to reside in the victim's anus. Drownings are tragic, but explaining that cause of death to your family is somehow worse. The Jiangshi, or hopping vampire, is a reanimated corpse from Qing dynasty tales. Stiff with rigor mortis, it moves by hopping, arms outstretched, hunting for the life force, or ki of the living. Taoist priests combat them with spells, mirrors, or rooster crows. If it catches you, it drains your essence until you collapse. Death by energy theft, basically the ancient version of your Wi-Fi getting stolen, except you're the one who dies. The pokong comes from Indonesian burial traditions. The dead are wrapped in a white shroud, tied tightly at the head, feet, and neck. After 40 days, if the knot at the feet isn't released, the soul is trapped inside the cloth. The body, unable to rest, hops endlessly through graveyards and villages, pale and reeking of decay. People say seeing one is a sign of death soon to follow. It's a walking reminder. Mess up one knot, and you don't just get a restless ghost, you get a corpse doing the world's creepiest bunny hop. Imagine dying and still having leg day. In Indian folklore, the churel is the restless spirit of a woman who died during childbirth, betrayal, or mistreatment. She disguises herself as a beautiful woman, drawing men in with promises of affection. But her backward-facing feet give her away. When alone, she drains their youth, leaving them withered and old overnight. Entire villages feared her, especially unfaithful men. They say she embodies rage turned supernatural. Imagine going on a date and waking up looking like her grandfather. Thai legends warn of Phai Tai Hong, the ghost born from sudden, violent deaths, murders, accidents, or women lost in childbirth. Because their lives were cut short, their souls wander, bloodied and furious. They haunt roadsides, forests, and abandoned places, latching onto the living. Without rituals and offerings to appease them, their anger grows stronger. It's unfinished business that never ends. Picture driving home and seeing one on the roadside. Baba Yaga is one of the most complex and feared figures in Slavic mythology, a witch-like being whose legend has endured for centuries. She is often described as an old crone, frail in appearance yet filled with supernatural power, dwelling deep within the dark forests of Eastern Europe. Her home itself is as strange and unsettling as she is. A hut perched atop giant chicken legs, constantly shifting and turning to face or avoid those who approach. The hut is said to be surrounded by a fence made of human bones, some topped with glowing skulls, marking the boundary of her domain. Unlike many mythological figures, Baba Yaga is not purely evil, nor is she purely benevolent. She embodies chaos, unpredictability, and the wild forces of nature. She flies through the skies in a massive mortar, using a pestle as both a rudder and a weapon, while sweeping away her trail with a broom. The Pontianak is among the most dreaded spirits in Malaysian and wider Southeast Asian folklore. She is said to be the restless soul of a woman who died tragically during childbirth, her suffering transforming her into a being of vengeance. At first glance, the Pontianak is strikingly beautiful, appearing as a pale woman with long, flowing black hair and delicate features. This beauty, however, is only a mask meant to lure unsuspecting men. When she reveals her true nature, the transformation is horrifying. Her nails extend into sharp claws capable of tearing flesh apart, and her face twists into something monstrous. Witnesses speak of her shriek, an unearthly cry that can paralyze even the bravest of men. Her approach is said to be heralded by the sweet, unmistakable scent of frangipani flowers. What seems at first like a harmless fragrance in the air becomes a chilling omen of her arrival. For where she appears, death often follows. La Llorona, the Weeping Woman, is one of the most enduring legends in Mexican folklore, her story whispered for centuries by riversides and in households at night. Her origin varies across regions, but most accounts tell of a woman who, in a fit of despair, drowned her children, sometimes out of betrayal, heartbreak, or madness. When she realized what she had done, grief consumed her, and she ended her own life. For this sin she was cursed to roam the earth for eternity, condemned to wander near rivers, lakes, and streams, endlessly searching for her lost children. Her presence is marked by her mournful cry of "Mis hijos," my children, a haunting wail that chills the blood of those who hear it. Travelers say she appears dressed in white, her long hair flowing, her face hidden behind a veil of sorrow. To those who encounter her, she is both a warning and a danger. Sometimes she is seen as a grieving spirit who terrifies but doesn't harm, while in darker versions she lures unsuspecting victims to watery graves, mistaking them for her lost children or punishing them for crossing her path. The Draugr is one of the most feared beings in Norse mythology, an undead creature bound to its burial mound. Unlike the passive ghosts of other traditions, the Draugr is physically present, often described as larger, stronger, and more grotesque than it was in life. Its flesh is swollen and dark, and its stench of decay follows it wherever it moves. These creatures are often said to guard treasures buried with them, making grave robbing a deadly risk in Norse lands. The Draugr possesses powers that go beyond simple brute force. It can shapeshift into animals, control the weather, and even grow to immense sizes to crush its enemies. Some accounts describe them crawling out of their mounds at night to wander the countryside, spreading disease and terror to livestock and men alike. Others tell of Draugr who strangle sleepers in their beds or ride them like a nightmare, suffocating them slowly until death.